revisionist history. We love to go back in time and take a look at some guys being wrong about our Houston Texans. And in this case, it comes with the name Pete Prisco. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of The Lead. Your host, as always, Harley Dugan. Remember, guys, this is The Lead, where it's all Houston all the time. And one of the best things I do enjoy is freezing cold takes. I just enjoy it so much. And right here, we got ourselves an example of a freezing cold take. And we are, what, five? And we are moving towards Green Bay, but, on a little Wayback Wednesday is what I'm going to call it today. A little Wayback Wednesday. We're going back to August, where we had a guy in Prisco not only talk about Stefon Diggs and his effect with the Buffalo Bills, but for the Houston Texans, and had a crazy prediction as well. I can't wait to get into this. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We are on the road to 10,000 subscribers. So again, super appreciate every single one of y'all that has liked, commented, subscribed. Y'all know the drill. Go down in the comment section. Let me know how you feeling about Mr. Prisco, considering we are now 5-1. We don't got any sort of temper tantrums from Stefon Diggs. If anything, and that's already happened within the division, we just look over at Nashville over there, and Calvin Ridley very upset about his targets and his share of the football a little bit over there. But, I'd be a little mad playing in Nashville too. Expect DeAndre Hopkins to be moved if he isn't already, since this is a pre-recorded video, not to the Texans. I would expect DeAndre Hopkins to get moved, though. With that being said, let's go ahead and react to this, man. I'm pretty excited to see this video. I saw it already. I've reacted to this video before, so now we get to play a hindsight 2020 and look at it in present time. This is an old video from August, so let's go ahead and react to this one more time. Here we go.
Last season, but they added Stefon Diggs. Right now, win total is set at 9.5. But you don't know if Diggs is going to be good or bad for that team. What do you think?
Well, he wasn't good for the Bills in the last couple of years, and he wasn't good on the football field the last 10 games of the season last year. If you go look at his numbers, they were below average, to be honest with you. And being in Buffalo last week, or Rochester when I talked to the Bills, I can tell you they're not too sad that he's gone. And, look, he's going on a one-year deal, so he's probably going to be on his best behavior with the Texans and try and get a long-term contract. He turns 31 in November. That's old for an NFL wide receiver, so you got to be careful with that. I just don't know how this team's going to handle being the hunted. Last year they surprised a lot of people. And C.J. Stroud's, if he has the same type of season he had last year, he's on his way to being truly special. But that's a bit, we don't know if he can. Sometimes second-year quarterbacks fall back a little bit. I don't think he will, but I think
9-8. Let me let him finish. Let me let him finish before I cook him. Let me let him finish before I cook him real quick.
I think this schedule is brutal this year. You play the first place schedule. You play a tough division. I just think it's going to be tough to navigate. I don't see them getting past 9 wins. I got them at 9-8.
Jenny and Chris.
9-8. He doesn't see us getting past 9 wins. When you take a look at this schedule, ladies and gentlemen, he had us losing to the Colts, beat them. We lost to the Vikings, of course. We did beat the Buffalo Bills, the same Buffalo Bills he was just hyping up right there. 5-1 right now, going to the Packer game, which he has us losing. We only need 4 more wins for to reach the 9-win total. 5 more wins to make him look like an absolute dope. And how funny is that, huh? It's funny that the Buffalo Bills aren't very upset about losing Stefon Diggs, and yet here we are, them trading for a number 1 wide receiver in Amari Cooper for a team that boasted that, they don't need these wide receivers. They don't need to be throwing the football to just a main guy at wide receiver 1 and Stefon Diggs. They don't need that. We don't need that. We got Shakir, and we got, drafted a rookie and Keon Coleman and all this other hoonanny. It didn't work. The Buffalo Bills, you could tell evidently in the Houston Texans game that they it looked like they needed a Stefon Diggs on the damn team. It looked like they needed somebody to command the football, and Josh Allen went 9 for 30, 131 yards, and a tutty. He looked absolutely atrocious. The Houston Texans defense did their thing, as we know. Let's get into Prisco real quick, man. 9-8 is a ridiculous prediction. To see them not get past 9 wins. Okay. Look, he wants to talk bad about Stefon Diggs in his last few games there. They had Joe Brady take over. Joe Brady had a different mindset in terms of running the offense. They were very more run heavy. And did it upset Stefon Diggs? Looked like it did, but that's Buffalo. That's not the Houston Texans. That's not considering what kind of head coach and what kind of organization that is brewing here inside Htown. It is not just Nick Caserio, but it is DeMeco Ryans and that swarm mentality. When you got a leader like DeMeco, the weight that he has as a leader of that locker room, as the coach of your team, there's no problem with that locker room with Stefon Diggs whatsoever. He's performed very well. Sure, maybe the hype around him was a little bit higher, and maybe we were expecting some higher stats coming from Stefon Diggs, but I think all of them stats have gone towards Nico Collins's way. But the trio of wide receivers overall has been pretty successful. I would like to see Tank Dell used more. We got to see him this previous game against the New England Patriots utilized pretty decently. No more gadget kind of plays from him. And this is just funny, man. It's good to take a look back into it and take a look at this dope named Pete Prisco and saying that we're not going to get no more than 9 wins. We're losing to the Buffalo Bills. We beat them. And they look absolutely atrocious doing it. They backpedaling now by grabbing a wide receiver 1. And the Houston Texans, don't look back now, 5-1 right now, second best record in the AFC. We're going to Green Bay, and this is a game that is going to make or break you. The national media kind of spotlight that they are going to throw on the Houston Texans. It's going to be very positive, very negative after this game. You lose this game, then people are going to come out and say, "Oh, we're just pretenders." But if you win this game at Green Bay in a hostile environment, you got some things to be said about our Houston Texans, and it's not just going to be guys like me coming from Houston. It's going to be everyone else in the national media. Shout out to Prisco for being an absolute dumbass. As always, guys, go Astros, go Rockets, go Texans. You have a blessed day.